What's up, everybody? This is the Animal J, back with Ruger, my co-host. I've been telling you I had a very important guest coming on, Bryan Bruton from Crazy Prison Stories is here with me. What's happening, Bryan?
What's up, homie? How you doing, man? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. I've been watching you for a while. My last video, I was telling people different ideas for, being convicts, basically, for one reason or another. Most of us, you didn't, but most of us go to prison because we don't want to work. We want to take the easy way, go, rob, steal, hustle, And
That's real.
Story, it sounded like you liked you were a hustler too. I never heard you talk about going to work.
So, man, I didn't really go to prison because I was out hustling. That's not, it is
Right.
linked to that. It's linked to it because I went to prison for a manslaughter charge that was an argument over a female, a manslaughter charge that I wasn't even guilty of. Nevertheless, I did 11 years on it. But
If you haven't seen the story, check out his page, his story on probably the one where you escape prison, and that gives pretty much all the details.
Yeah, no doubt.
You can't stop watching it, man. I'm telling you, check his page out.
So why I say it's kind of linked to a hustle is because the argument started over a chick that I actually met while I was in the street hustling. That crazy enough, I used to sell dope to her parents, and then I met her. Used to flirt with her all the time, talk smack to her, just playing around, being flirtatious with the chick. She did the same thing to me. But we met in the streets where I was selling dope at. And, but the occurrence that sent me to prison wasn't like a direct relation to any type of dope. It was an argument over this chick. But yeah, you're right, man. Most people that are in prison are doing some type of hustling, some type of robbing shit. So they're just into some type of shit. But the vast majority of the people that are in prison, from my experience, man, were in prison due to drug-related issues, whether they were on some type of drugs or selling drugs, or, it had something to do with drugs. And the vast majority of them were just using drugs, so they were out doing some type of robberies or stealing.
It was indirectly drug-related, right?
Yeah, no doubt, for sure.
I got out, and I tried. The longest job I've had my whole life is 4 months, I think. I can't handle somebody, I feel like they're getting smart with me or disrespectful. I'm, right back to the prison mentality. Like, well, what's that thing? What are you going to do, And I've been fired for so many jobs. And I work my ass off when I work. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to work for nobody else again. And I started a side business. My first one was legit. It was like Jay's handyman for hire. I had no fucking clue what I was doing with this shit. Like, the people that hired me, I don't know what they were thinking. They should have read reviews or something first, like, see if I was verified. But no, I did all right. That didn't really work out. At first, I had quite a bit of business. I'm sure I didn't get the greatest referrals. But there's just so many different things you can do, and it's legal. It's buying and selling, and you're gonna make more money than you made selling dope. When you're selling dope, you're buying shit to impress these people that are going to forget all about you when you're in prison for doing it,
Hey, man, you hit it on the head right there, homie. I had a very small circle, but all those people in my circle, when I got locked up, bro, they wasn't coming to see me. They weren't coming to talk to me. I finally talked to, like, the homeboy I had. We used to have, like, Christmas together. We always ate out together. My wife, his girl, our kids. We did, like, family shit together. And we were close like that. And we were actually, at one point, we're all going to move in one house together. We were really good friends back in the day. And I remember I called him one day. I'd never been locked up for years. I'm like, damn, I haven't heard from you, man. What's up? Where you been doing? Blah, blah, blah. Just, trying to kick it with him. He's like, man, the world don't stop when you get locked up. He's like, we're out here living. Right. I'm like, damn, it's like that. But it is like that, man. That's real. When you get locked up.
Out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. The world forgets about you, man. So whatever the hustle is that you're into, keep in mind, if you're hustling the illegal shit that can send your ass in, the world ain't going to be thinking about you while your ass is in that pen.
No. Like I said, there's so many things you can hustle. It might not be cool for you because you listen to rap, so you think it's cool to sell drugs and tote guns and shit. Well, go to prison and see how cool you think that shit is. It's not fun.
Cool,
I tell you, you lose everything. every time I win, friends, family, chick, you know, somebody's fucking your girl within a week, usually your best friend. You know, it's crazy.
Oh
So,
man, the
you know,
first time I got locked up, bro, was in '98. I had to do 6 months at a place called the P Farm in Jacksonville, Florida, and 6 months. On that 6 month bid, I only had to do 4.5. You would think, damn, your wife, she's gonna be straight. You know, my place that we lived in was paid for. The cars were paid for. She had money. You know, everything was fine. 4.5 months, no sweat, bro. It wasn't even like half that time. I had a couple best friends, right, that I kicked it with. One of them was already knocking her off. It's like, damn, you couldn't make it 4.5 months. And not only that, you chump, you freaking prick,
yeah,
you're over here knocking off my wife.
right. There's a million chicks out there, and you want to mess with your friend's wife. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. But hey,
That is.
that's part of the game, man. That's why
Yeah.
it's critical to
We call it
find you a
Jody.
legitimate
Jody in
hustle.
Indiana.
Huh?
We call it Jody in Indiana. Man, Jody's with your chick right now.
Yeah, Jody ain't no good, man.
Yeah.
But that's why it's critical, man. That if people are watching this, that you're into some type of hustle, find you a legitimate hustle. Just like right here, in the animal, he teaches people. Well, he's talking about teaching people. The
We've
whole
discussed
tennis
a
shoe,
lot of it offline.
huh?
We've discussed a lot of it offline, off the channel. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, no matter what it is that you want to get into, all you got to do is watch YouTube. There's a ton of videos out there. There's small. Yeah, I just did a video with a guy yesterday, a dude named Cody, that he quit college. He quit college and is successful at flipping tennis shoes on a major level. And that's all he does. And he said, you know what? I don't even feel like I'm going to work every day. He's like, I'm just out doing what I love. And I mean, he's making
that's
6 figures a year doing it.
that's awesome. Yeah, the shoe game's huge. I mean, uh, get on eBay, get some Angelus leather paint, and go to Goodwill and buy up all their Jordans and Air Maxes, and you can paint them off and tape them like they were, throw them on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, and you're gonna spend $5 and you're gonna make 50 to 100. So
What kind of paint was that you said?
it's Angelus. It's leather paint. Like any other kind of paint will crack, when you bend the shoes or whatever, but it doesn't. And then there's something called So Bright. I don't know if you remember, like the retro Jordans had clear bottoms that turned brown and yellow in no time.
Yeah. I remember that.
So Bright. So Bright. It brings it back to clear, or you can paint over them.
Really? So where do you get that paint at in the So Bright?
You have to order it. The So Bright's part of the Angelus thing. You can order it off eBay, Amazon. But I haven't found a store that you can buy it in though. So.
Well, you know what you should do, man, because people are going to watch this that might want to get into that type of hustle. And I don't know if you've already got one, but this is a hustle as well. You go into Amazon and sign up for like affiliate type marketing, and they give you the links to any product that they have. They'll give you a link, and you can put it right here in your video description and tell people, hey, listen, if you're interested in getting this shoe paint or the So Bright, and they click on it, you get a small percentage of whatever it is that they buy from your link. So you should definitely go on Amazon yourself, man, and sign up for that affiliate marketing and get those links, throw them in your video, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anybody's going to click on it that's interested in doing something with that, with the shoes, because obviously they have to buy the product. But yeah, I just focus a lot on the low overhead startup fee jobs. Cut grass. You're going to have to be humble. I know you're out there selling dope, but you're so fucking cool and all that shit. Another thing is cars. You can find an old school Cadillac or Breeze. Anything that has those black steel wheels that's supposed to have hubcaps but don't is ugly as shit. So I buy them up quick for cheap. Get some used rims off Marketplace, some used 20s for $200. Throw it on there. Paint it. I've spray painted vehicles. I got a decent little setup now, and jack the price up $3,000 and sell it to that drug dealer that wants to be noticed because it's got some big rims and a wild color.
I hear that, man.
Cars.
You know what? When you were just talking about mowing grass, it brought me back to a situation where when I first caught my charge back in 2000, they didn't actually press charges on me for 3 years. So I moved out of state. But when I moved, I went from owning my own business where I had 5 guys working for me. I was still selling dope. I was doing good as a young kid. And when I moved to a place where I knew nobody. I was trying to keep myself under the radar. And I was just like, damn, what am I going to do? I'm not going to be up here selling dope in the streets. I can't run my business up here. That's done. That's over with. And somebody introduced me into just basically knocking on people's doors, kind of like cold calling. You're just knocking on a stranger's door and offering your services to them, right? And I was like, man, I feel like I'm a bum or like I'm homeless or something, and I'm out here panhandling for money. But bro, this was the lick. I would knock on the doors. Once I learned the little technique that he was doing, and I actually worked with him for a while and learned how to do the work that he was doing, would knock on the door. I actually got really good at it too. You knock on the door and tell them, hey, you know what? I was working in the neighborhood. I passed by your house and I noticed this was on the East Coast too, by the way. So where I'm at in California, you can't really do it because there's a major water shortage and you can't be out pressure washing using people's water all day or they're going to call the authorities on your ass. But East Coast, where you can run the water, you know, without a big issue, I knock on the door and tell them, hey, I was passing by and noticed at your house, the roof is stained up. I actually do pressure washing. If you want, I could give you a free demonstration of how I can make your roof look brand new, will not damage the roof. And I would give them a whole little spiel, right? And it would take 9, 10 people before I would get somebody to say, okay. A lot of times they'd tell me no, shut the door. Sometimes they just don't answer the door. But that one person that says, yeah, go ahead and give me a demonstration. You know, that's what I would do too. So you got the entire roof where it's dirty, right? The whole face of the roof or whatever, like facing out front. I would take and clean a strip straight down the middle, about 2 feet wide. Now they got this strip straight down the middle that it looks brand new, and the rest of the roof has got black stain. It's actually called saprolite stain, and they're like, "Oh, man, now you got to do it."
Yeah, they're going to have a stupid looking roof or pay you to get it right. Yeah.
I made like $400 for cleaning the roof, and it only take me 3 to 4 hours. So I was making like 100, sometimes $125 per hour. And this was the key, though. You got to go through like 10 people to get one yes. But when you get that one yes, you get all the neighbors. So you might work in a neighborhood just from that one job for like a week or two, depending on how big the neighborhood is, you know?
Right.
So my point to that is, bro, if you got a will, if you got a want, there's always a way. You just got to go out there and make it happen. You can't, if we sit around and make excuses all day, we're not going to make shit happen. And
you make a
one
million
thing for sure,
excuses. You can make $1 million excuses. You can make $1 million. You know.
that's real, man. That's real. And one thing for sure, bro, is if we sit around and make excuses, nobody's going to bring that shit to us. Nobody's going to come and say, hey, here you go. Here's you a platter with everything on it. No, ain't nobody going to bring you shit, and ain't nobody going to care about your excuses. You got to go out there and make that shit happen.
I just right now, real quick, why I even brought you on was because I said you were the perfect example of you know, doing your own thing till it works. Like I said, don't be one of them people like, I'm not good at anything. No, you're lazy as fuck and you haven't tried enough things to find something you're good at. You know, that's how I feel. And you know, I'm the same way. But tell them you got your own coffee company, your own coffee, cold brew coffee. Why don't you tell them about that? I know.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned it because it's actually not a cold brew. Originally, I was partnering up with somebody that has a cold brew coffee company, and I was going to have him white label his cold brew, and I was going to add CBD to the cans, and that's where we came up with this. So it's called High Culture Brews, right?
I'm gonna put a link in my description where you can get that as well, everybody.
So, well, as time went, and we were trying to get the infusion correct, and we did a lot of lab testing. We couldn't get the so if we're putting 20 milligrams of CBD per cup, the lab testing wasn't coming back accurate. And what was happening is the aluminum cans in California, all the cans that are manufactured in California have this lining inside of it. And what the people at the lab were telling me was that the particles of the CBD were attaching to the lining inside the can. So that's why the lab testing wasn't coming back accurate. So we just kept trying to get it right. We could not get it right. We're still working on it. But what we did come up with was a coffee in a K-cup. So it's like if you have a Keurig machine, you can pop your little K-cup in there. Right. Each K-cup has 20 milligrams of CBD. And we spent almost a year just researching, getting really good coffee, getting the world's best CBD, And now we're finally at the point that we're actually selling it on the market right now.
And is there a website they can order that off of? I don't know.
Yeah, it's HC Brews, BREWS.com.
Check that out, everybody. And CBD has so many positive things for health, mood, anxiety, stomach. I mean, you name it. There's so many things that, you know, he can probably tell you way more. But, you know,
Listen, man, the scientific list of benefits that CBD has is just growing by the day. But what's cool about this is, like, I did not start drinking coffee until I got locked up. I really wasn't a substance person, period. I didn't smoke cigarettes, never do drugs. Well, I've done some drugs, like I've smoked weed a few times, never liked it. I don't even consider that a drug. It was just never my thing. I've done ecstasy, really enjoyed that, but that was like back in the day. I've just never been a person that requires a substance, but I started drinking coffee while I was locked up and really enjoyed it, really liked it. And
Keefy?
but, huh?
Keefy coffee? Is that what you have down there?
Yeah, Keefy coffee. Oh man, that freeze-dried instant Keefy coffee. Well,
Yeah.
as you know, if you drink coffee multiple cups per day, sometimes it gets you like jittery feeling, you know what I mean? It gets you kind of like your heart's racing. Well, what ours does is we've got CBD in it, and it gives you both benefits. It gives you the alertness that caffeine gives you. You know, caffeine's actually really good for your brain as well. Caffeine has a lot of positive to it as well, as long as you're not overdosing on it. You got to use it in moderation. But what the CBD is doing is giving you this relaxed feel along with the energized feel. So it's kind of like a balanced medium that you get. You're not getting the jittery effects when you drink coffee if you drink it all day long because of the CBD that's in it. So that's
I know several people that have anxiety attacks, and they got the CBD vapes, and they said it calms them straight instantly down.
Yeah, no doubt. It does for sure. It's funny you mentioned that, man, because I got another buddy of mine that I met online just like I met you. He did the same years that I did, 2003 to 2014. Bro, he got out and he's selling CBD vapes, and he is killing it, dude. I mean, he's really killing the game, like big time. He's doing it big. So
CBD is expensive. I don't know about out there. Like here, like 150 milligrams is like $20. It's crazy.
Yeah,
like
no, it is. It's expensive. If you get really good CBD, it is expensive. No question about it.
Like
huh?
I said you get what you pay for, like anything else.
Yeah, no question about it for sure. And that's another thing too, is for anybody that's watching, you know, if you want to try a CBD product, don't go look for the cheapest one, because if that's what you buy, you're probably getting bullshit, and there's a lot of that in the game.
You can get that free Reggie weed, or you can go to Bryan's website and get that Kush.
Hey, that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
I know. I'm going to add two things to, you know, young entrepreneurs. Like I said, number one, you got to be humble. You can't be worried about what somebody thinks, seeing you cutting somebody's grass, or, you know, cleaning gutters out, or whatever it may be, washing cars. And another thing is you got to treat every customer like they're spending $1 billion with you, even if they're not hardly spending shit and they're bitching about everything. You still kiss their ass. You call and make a follow-up appointment. Hey, is everything, you know, stay all right? Because that's your biggest advertiser, is word of mouth. I don't want to throw anything else out there for people starting.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It's just exactly what you said. Don't worry about what people are going to think about you. The naysayers are going to come running out of the bushes whenever you want to try something. And, you know, people get in line. People stay in line and follow each other. And when you want to step out of line and you want to do something on your own, you want to do something different than the other people are doing, you're always going to have the people that are going to tell you, oh, that's not a good idea. Oh, that won't work. Oh, why are you doing this? They're the naysayers in my mind, right? And when they come out of the bushes, you got to totally ignore them.
They're trying to do it.
Huh?
Yeah, a week later, they're trying to do the same thing they told you was stupid, right?
That's the thing, too, is they're going to tell you, oh, you can't do it. You shouldn't do it. Why? All this reasons why. And then when they see you doing it and keep doing it and you don't quit, now they want to jump on board or they want to try it. And a lot of times they're secretly wishing that they would try it when they're telling you to not do it. So whatever it is, make sure it's your passion. Make sure that it's something that if you're going to do it, you're going to pour you all into it. don't feel like you're having to go to work every day. Do something that you truly love and that it just feels like you're on vacation all the time.
And don't give up. I mean, the first idea a lot of times isn't going to work. You know, you're going to go through things, but I mean, you're going to find something that works for you.
Yeah, no, that's real for sure. You're going to fail a bazillion times, man. But, you know, if you give up, then you never know what your potential could have been. So definitely don't
The
give
world's
up.
so messed up right now. You know, you could be going to a competition. Somebody could be breaking a world record on one side and breaking their leg on the other side. Everybody's going to run to watch somebody's bone sticking out of their leg. That's how fucked the society is. They don't want to see anybody succeed. They don't want to see them break a record, do good. You know, they just, you know, it's haters.
Yeah, no doubt about it. For sure. You got to ignore them.
Was that?
I said, no doubt about it. You got to ignore them.
Yeah, absolutely. Be humble and be friendly with everybody. You know, take your time with it. Advertise. Get on Facebook and make a business page. It's free. It's not free to get the advertisements going down the side or whatever, but just have all your friends share it to all their friends, and you know, ask everybody to share it. And that's how I got a lot of business. And like I said, the ones with real low startup costs, you're definitely not going to lose money. You know, so everybody do that. I'm going to put the links to all Bryan's to networks on the description. Anything else you want to say? Shout out.
Man, I greatly appreciate you having me on, man. Guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely go check out the links in the description. And no matter what, keep your head up.